Well, the adventure again. The adventure begins again. Hello. Yeah. Big news. Big news. I never lie.
Halo.
Oh, that's a lie in itself. Well, exaggeration. Hello. Hey, Shadowhawk. Yeah,
Hey, how's it going, Rick?
we lost another great. I
Oh man,
noticed
dude,
that late last night.
I was confused at first. I thought you were talking about Keith and Amy, Keith Griffith. I was like, oh shit, what happened? We're supposed to
Can you
be having them
remind
on.
me who's that?
Mighty
Mighty
Mascots?
Mascots?
Right.
Yeah. No, Keith Giffen.
Keith Giffen. Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I was
Yeah, you
confused
got
at
it
first.
now. Yeah. You got it now. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we lost a lot of good ones already this year, man.
yeah, maybe my first exposure was his sort of Zodiac or Defenders, that he was doing in a Kirby style early on. Uh,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
when I look back and I see my early comics that I used to have, and haven't replaced. Now I have it back here in Essentials. I probably should have pulled the Essentials. I did pull. Well, I didn't have to pull them because I keep them pretty close. Some adventure comics that had Keith Giffen artwork in it. The little
Oh,
digest size. The last couple years that they did the first run of adventure comics, which are near and dear to my heart. I love to get those. That was a little extra. They were more expensive, than just getting a regular comic, but I enjoyed them. And like I said, I had a whole library, had a whole library of them. Just, one of these uh, shelves just
right.
lined up full of them at one time.
Wow.
I do have all the adventure comics. I am trying to get uh, the direct and the newsstand of both.
Oh, wow.
That was around 83, and I don't know which will be rare. I adored the concept of it, and uh, they did hit 500 and unsummarily just disappeared at 503 uh, till years later. Hey, Dave. Uh, I really hated that. And Keith Giffen did a lot of the Legion work, maybe some of the first Legion work that I saw before he did the Dark Saga and other things like that in Legion, which I also followed. Uh, got turned on very early on. One of my first books was Legion, with some Jim Shooter stories and with
Yeah.
Kurt Swan artwork and stuff in that 60 page that I've shown. Uh, Probably should have pulled it too. But yeah, I
Hail,
mean,
Dave.
that didn't have Keith Giffen artwork in it, but that probably introduced me to Mike Grell. And when you think of
Mm.
Mike Grell, you don't think of like Legion of Superheroes, but he did in the early to mid 70s. He did a bunch of Legion of Superheroes.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. Yeah, you're
I
right. I don't really think of Grell as a Legion guy. You know.
I just love I like Groot. I'm the
Hey,
character
Larry.
guy, right? I like a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Avengers, Justice League, Teen Titans, Legion, you name it. If it's got a lot of characters, I love it. Genuine Dave in the house. As I said before, go out and check out Perfect 10 over on Fun My Comic. Eric and Boyd in the house. Hey, Eric. Uh,
Howdy, 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 Eric.
Check out his book. Link is down in the description. And go sign up for a damn dirty thing. Throw Doc a bone, will you? I mean, it's going to be a cool book. I can't wait to get Pariah Blood and Mud. They're getting ready to start fulfilling that. And I've got something else coming in the mail here pretty soon too. Let's take a look at this trailer though one more time.
That's
That
a
gave
groovy
me.
little ditty.
What'd you say?
I said that's a groovy little ditty. I like that song.
It is, yeah, I like it, and I even like the retro one from hockey.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
Here's a great Keith
Hail Treat.
Giffen cover from Legion of Superheroes.
Excuse me.
I
Oh,
was
I remember this
reading
one.
this around the time, the early '80s, to mid '80s.
Yep.
He did a lot on Legion,
Yeah, I
and
did too.
I liked him. Now John Philandes, my friend that drew the Devil Flyer story for the prequel, which was originally supposed to be #1, but anyway, the first story of Devil Flyer. He's not a fan of Keith Giffen's artwork. I am.
Really?
Yeah, he just.
I never
I
had a
mean,
problem with him.
there's certain artists that I don't, that don't strike me, but I try and appreciate all of it, and I try and collect all of it. I do collect a few things that I don't like. Do you have a few things in your collection that you don't like?
Yeah. I mean, I've ended up getting stuff over the years that
Yeah,
I thought I would like, or seemed to be a good concept, or
right.
but not everything's gonna be a winner.
Now, yesterday with Dr. Mask, we talked about this book here, and this was issue #1 of Charlton. I think it's here too.
Oh well.
There we go. Get that bigger for you there. #1, it reintroduced the Blue Beetle and the Question. What I didn't know at the time in the mid '70s, I think this is 1975, 50 cents, had to pay a little bit more for it. But again, it was introducing some cool looking characters that I had never seen before. Plus, you got a
Right.
robotic shark. Come on, on the cover.
Well, yeah, can't beat that.
And then I think Charlton Bullseye, the next issue was sort of a cartoony type thing. And they had a barbarian thing. Some I would pass on, some I had to have, the more superhero type stuff. So I was kind of picked and choose. I've tried to collect, and I think I have the complete Bullseye collection. But what I didn't know at the time is they actually had a Charlton Bullseye before this. I don't know how you got it, but it used to be in magazine form, and it had Blue Beetle and the Question in it, as well as maybe some other Charlton characters that used to be in the '60s superhero books. But this was a departure from the mainstream, Marvel and DC for me. Hey, Carrie.
Oi, oi, Carrie.
Oi, oi, Savaloy. Bonjour, Genuine Comics. Bonjour. She's getting all Frenchy on us.
Ooh.
Why do you
Fancy
hate me, Eric?
Oh, Gable.
It's not that he hates you. It's probably intimidation. All those great ideals you throw out there.
Dang it.
Denying me, you ought to get a rope and hang me. That was another Dr. Demento song.
Yep.
I don't remember what it was called.
I think it was just called Dang Me.
Dang me. Okay.
Hmm.
I have a little werewolf
I think
piece
that's
for you, Shadowhawk. I know you love werewolves.
ooh,
This is an art
no
piece,
idea.
Lon Chaney. Nice.
Wow,
All he wants to do is help with Mr. Muck. He's
that's a
just
nice.
misunderstood.
That looked almost like a photograph, man. That was nice work.
Oh yeah, man, it's cool. I'll bring it up again. It's spot on. This is more man wolf, and I know you like the more wolf man,
Right. Yeah, this is the
a
more
more
manly.
wolf like. I like this. I think this is cool as heck. Well,
No,
hell,
yeah,
I'll just say
I
cool as hell. This
yeah.
is well,
Well,
cool. Hell's not cool, really.
always been a big fan of Lon Chaney's Wolfman, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. I prefer my werewolves a little more traditional, more wolf, less man.
yeah. Well, that's the way Vic drew the one werewolf piece that I gave him to do, and I wasn't that thrilled with it because it looked more wolf than man, and even though it's bipedal, you know, arms and
Right.
legs and whatnot, it just I prefer the more man in my wolf. Although with that said, I do like the white one for Marvel, Man Wolf,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
looks very wolf like.
Hmm. Well, he's
I
got a
do.
very. I mean, he's got a fairly man-like body, but his head is very wolf-like. You know.
But yeah, his head, and I mean that's what it really centers around, right?
Yeah, and I mean, and that's fine with me. I don't mind the more human proportioned body, but I prefer the more wolfy snout and stuff. You got
Yeah.
to have that
And
wolf
why
shape to the head.
why is that?
Ah, it just
Why
because
would you
like
say that appeals to you?
because I think it just looks more wolf-like. It's
Because
more
of the
scary and
movies?
yeah, more scary,
Because of the movies?
intimidating. Not
More scary.
necessarily. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think like if I was gonna be a werewolf, which I always wanted to be since I was a kid, I would much rather be like a howling type
Wow.
werewolf where I was scary as shit than a Lon Chaney werewolf. That's all. You gotta
Well,
have some good scare factor when you're a werewolf, man. You want people to crap themselves when you pop up, you know?
to me, nature is scary. I mean, this is a gull trying to swallow a starfish. Uh, Starfish is purple. I don't know if he's going to get it down the gullet or not. You know, Maybe too big
Yeah.
for him to swallow. I have a
I,
hoot owl out here, and it almost sounded like a dog. The way it was,
oh, really?
woo, like it was real deep, dark,
Oh,
dog. Uh,
have you seen him or have you just heard him out there?
no, I've heard it on this side of the house, but he was over here uh, last night. And Abby's a small dog. I don't think about a hoot owl, but after seeing that eagle swoop down and get that take off with that coyote, and I'm sure we've got eagles in the state. I don't know if any are large enough to take off with her, and she is tethered to a cable. But uh, man,
Um,
I mean, eagles and condors can be vicious.
oh,
So I'm
yeah,
a
and they
little
get
weary,
they
you
get
know.
big too. I
Well,
I I'm
she's
not
my
sure about
babies.
Arkansas, Rex. I don't know if you guys have any native eagles in Arkansas. Um,
I would just have to check it out. I
yeah.
bet you we do
Although
have,
it is
you know.
possible you guys could have some bald eagles around if you got, you know, I'm sure you got
Yeah.
nice sized lakes and all that stuff. Because bald
Yeah,
eagles
and a
are
bald
pretty much
eagle is probably about the size of Abby,
oh
about the
shit, they're
same
bigger than
size.
that, dude. Oh
Are they
no,
bigger
they're
than
way
that?
bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you've
And
ever
yes,
been up close to a bald eagle, dude, but those are big ass birds.
no. And condors. Do you believe in thunderbirds? Because there's a lot of talk about thunderbirds,
Oh well, I kind of go
out
with the
west.
theory that that the Thunderbirds were probably based on condors back in the day. You know, the Indians saw them and thought, "Holy
Right.
crap, that's a huge bird, and that can't be, you know, a natural bird." Um,
Hmm.
I kind of go with that theory, but who knows? I mean, there may have been bigger birds than condors. I mean, we know there were pterosaurs and all kinds of, you know, flying dinosaurs and stuff. So there may have been some huge ass birds, you know, 1,000 years ago that just
Well,
died
now,
out and
have
we
you
don't
seen
know.
that old photo where they're standing by a pterosaur or whatever you want to call it? You know, the dinosaur bird with the
Oh
wings
yeah,
that
yeah,
they
they
killed back
supposedly
in
shot one
1800.
down like in the cowboy
Yeah,
days, right?
right.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
have seen that picture. I don't know if it's real, but well, I don't know. You know how that goes. Anything
I
could be
don't know either,
photoshopped.
but it's intriguing.
Hey,
Did
Fanta,
you ever try
welcome to
little
it.
little Debbie oatmeal cream pies?
Oh yeah, dude, I love those. They're good.
Yeah, I do
I
too.
still,
You know, those came out in 1980. Uh,
yeah.
I would have thought that those would have came out a lot sooner than that.
Oh, dude,
Pac-Man
they
games came out in 1980 as well, and I played some Pac-Man.
oh yeah, I played a lot of Pac-Man. I had a Pac-Man blister on my index finger for a while. You know, on the inside of your from the joystick.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Uh,
Yeah.
in 1966, the Monkees released I guess their first album, just called Monkees.
Fucking monkeys.
I love the Monkees.
I love them too.
I
Ozzy does not.
I mean Keith Giffen sent out a text 2 hours, like maybe a couple hours before he passed away,
Oh shit, really?
basically saying anything. I told them I was sick, anything to get out of going to New York Comic Con, and he was going,
Oh, I did see that.
yeah,
Damn.
isn't that wild? And
Oh,
actually,
that's
that
crazy.
is in some of the dialogue in one of his comics.
Damn.
The
That's just
Monkees
nuts
were
though.
all,
To
you know,
your last quote is anything to get out of New York Comic Con, and then you die. Jesus.
right. Well, if you're not feeling good. In 1957, Zorro, starring Guy Williams, premiered 66 years ago in 1957 on ABC.
Wow.
Now, Guy Williams, he would go on to do Lost in Space, wouldn't he?
Yeah, yeah. That was he was the dad, right?
Yeah, he was the lead actor in that. Yeah. Guy
Yeah.
Williams
Yeah.
stars in a new half-hour adventure series concerning the mysterious masked rider Zorro, who is in reality a wealthy Spanish nobleman, Diego de la Vega. I don't know
I
why
thought it
you
was
want to have
Don
5 or 6
Diego.
different names. Huh?
Thought it was Don Diego.
Yeah, Don Diego. What did I say?
Oh, you said Dan.
Oh, well, hell, I can't read. Dan Diego returns from Spanish
Did it again.
from Spain to Spanish California to take up his role as Zorro. Oh
Sorry.
wow, Lone Ranger was showing at the same time, and the title of that episode was White Man's Magic,
Oh,
an artist who defies an Indian tradition by painting the probably image of a Indian. I don't know, it's cut off, but White Man's Magic. That's wow.
Risey. Oi, oi, my ninja.
19, 1966 also, the Beach Boys released Good Vibrations. Good
Good
vibrations. Da,
vibration.
da, da, da,
I'm
da, da,
picking up
da.
good vibration.
What do you feel about the
Risey Lee in the chat. Hello, hello, Risey.
Beach, Beach Boys were kind of like the Monkees, you know, to me. They were like feel good music. I don't know. What do you think about
Yeah,
the Beach
beach.
Boys?
Oh, crap.
Oh, yeah, crap. Well, anyway, I'll continue on. In 1987, Here I Go Again by Whitesnake reached number one on the Billboard Hot 100. And happy birthday to Mark Goodman. You might remember him from MTV. He turned 71 today. Dr. Mass says can't go wrong with Wally Wood. I'd agree with that. Yeah, do you remember Mark Goodman as the host on? Now, wait a minute. Bring that back up. You remember Mark Goodman? He turned 71 today. Early host of MTV. And Fanta, I'm sorry I didn't say hi. And is Rozzy in the house? Hello, Rozzy. Oi, oi, my ninja. Good to see you, bro. Some of you may be too young for Mark Goodman, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1931, starring Frederick March, became the first horror movie to win an Academy Award, as I mentioned the other day. Frederick March is his last name. March tied with actor Wallace Berry for The Champ, which I think was a boxing movie. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was also the first movie to be shown at the first film festival, the Venice Film Festival, 1932. That's pretty cool. I love that movie. I adore that movie. The effects still hold up today. Shadowhawk. He actually, and he was mean. He was a mean Mr. Hyde. Not only did he, and this is a pre-code. Whoops, I did it again. That's a pre-code movie where he, really abuses the prostitute in the movie, and they had the censors took out where he was kicking an orphan boy.
Oh wow! Well, he kicks the
him
shit out of that one guy with his cane, man.
With his cane. Oh, he killed him. He did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was a vicious Mr. Hyde.
That was brutal, man. I mean,
and athletic. He was hopping over things.
Oh climbing up stuff, jumping on rooftops.
Yeah. And that was Frederick March doing that. They didn't have a stuntman doing that.
No, hell no.
Yeah, back then they didn't.
I don't even know if they had stuntmen in those days.
Oh, they had stuntman. Yeah, they had.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hell, you got a lot of guys that used to do their own. I mean, like Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. Those guys, did a lot of their own stuff, man. And shit that could have got them killed.
I wish I knew what Halloween mask. Here's G.I. Joe on the right. I might have had a Bugs Bunny mask. Ben Cooper mask.
I don't remember having a Bugs Bunny. I had Spider-Man and I had Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever had any of the other those type of costumes. I think those were the only two.
When I was real young, one of the early masks that I had was actually latex. It wasn't, just plastic Ben Cooper mask. It was a Mandarin baboon, because it had the really coloring sinuses, flared up, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my whole costume. I just dressed normal and wore that mask. And I was getting a lot of looks. I don't know where Dad came up with that mask from, but it was a cool mask. Of course, those things get hard over time and, crumbly. I had
one of the best ones I discovered. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I had a vampire that had the synthetic hair in it. And it got hard, collapsed and whatnot.
It'll fall out after a while, too. The hair starts coming out of them. But
I actually
I used to do a lot of my own special effects and all that stuff. But one of my favorite ones I discovered, because I was trying to figure out how to do Moon Knight. You know how his mask is so freaking weird? It's cowl. Cool. But I found a white T-shirt that was thin enough that I could, stick my head like upside down through the hole, and then pull the rest of the shirt back, and like rubber band it at the back of my head, so you got the mask part, and then I just had to make the cowl and the cape and all that. So I got to do Moon Knight one year. That was fun.
Now you kind of bopped out when I brought that up. Do you remember Mark Goodman because he turned 71? It's his birthday. Did you
Mark Goodman?
He's a early host of MTV.
Oh yeah, didn't he end up going on to be the Double Dare guy or whatever on Nickelodeon and stuff too.
Oh,
That is that the
I have
same
no
guy?
idea. I'll show you a picture of him back in the
No,
day with that
it might
afro.
not be. All right, let me see. Might not be the
There
same
you go.
guy. Oh, that guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember him.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of MTV, but I did see like the early stuff.
Well, since I was kind of making comic books, homemade comic books with, that's how I met John that did the art to Devil Flyer. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, here's you here's a photo I don't think I've ever seen of Boris Karloff as Frankenstein. Now I think this is probably around his third movie or something. I don't know. Just looking, he looks a little
Hmm.
more flush in the face, but he looks relaxed. Look at those big old feet.
Yeah,
He looks laid
he's just
back.
chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling. Even Frankenstein has to chill every
I don't know.
now and then.
I know what you call it is like gets used a lot for for the models and stuff, but I still love Boris Karloff the best as Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, I mean he's the one that sort of set the whole thing in motion, huh?
Well, I mean,
I
yeah,
had
I mean
not
he's the
seen
original,
this.
but just his look, his face, um, his expressiveness,
Here's an
the way
old
he played the
here's an
character.
old photo that I found of Graham Nolan when he was kind of pushing the Canoe. Check that out. Where he's
Really?
like got a
Oh, dude, the Shanu plushies are finally getting ready to come out. I heard Graham say something the other day. He's getting them ready to go.
sure, Rozzy. I'll send you the link. Just give me a moment here.
Oi, oi, Rosie. Let's see, what time is it in Australia? Ooh, about 10:30. Risey should be nicely lubed up by now.
Oh, you think? You think?
When is he not?
Well, he has his lucid moments.
Nah, I'm just teasing. I love Risey.
Ay,
He makes
yeah.
me laugh.
Well, I'm excited that Saturday, I believe it's Saturday. Let me check the
Saturday. It's smoking US 30 track strip.
yeah, Saturday
Uh,
we'll have
Eric,
skits on.
I was 14 when I did the Moon Knight costume, dude. It was fun. It wasn't spectacular, but it was pretty cool, man. Like
Oh
it
wow,
wasn't
you
too
did
bad.
Moon Knight. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
telling you
just
with the
never
whole
got into
secret.
Moon Knight. I mean, they were saying when I
Ah,
had my
you're a wing.
when I had my comic store, they were like, now with that said, I did collect some and I did sell some in my shop, uh had
When you said your shop was what,
uh
like 82 Rex, 80, 81, 82, somewhere in there?
82 and 83. 82 and
82
83.
and
Yeah.
82. So that would have been
Uh-huh.
like well, I don't know. Would that have been the first regular Moon Knight series?
Yeah, with Bill Sienkiewicz.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then when they launched the next one. I think it was oh shit, who was doing the art? It's Splat. Stephen Platt
Well,
was doing art
oh yeah,
for a
yeah.
while.
Yeah. Of course that was pretty good.
Oh, dude, that was well. I didn't collect a whole lot then, but the art was just fucking amazing on Moon Knight. But by that time, I was already kind of moving away from Marvel and
Yeah.
DC.
Now when did I mean I thought it was the 90s you started moving away from that.
I did. Platt didn't start doing. Well, I mean, it was probably
Oh,
late
was it in
'80s,
the
I
90s?
guess. I guess it was
Oh,
probably
okay.
late '80s, maybe 1990
Yeah.
when he started doing the Moon Knight stuff, and it looked really really good. But I was just like, man, I'm not fucking going back to buying more Marvel stuff. I was really getting into the indies, and then of course, Image was getting ready to happen at that point. But yeah, I had been cutting down Marvel and DC for like probably since '87 or so. I started trimming down a little bit, like dropping titles here and there that just I'd been collecting for years, and it's just like I don't like where the story's going. I don't like the artists I got on the book. Why am I still buying this every month? You know.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I was collecting the Avengers simply because it was the Avengers, and uh,
Well, the X
you know,
Men, that was like that for me. Like when
I'm looking
John
here,
Byrne,
Rising. I'm trying to find you on
when Byrne
Twitter.
and Austin first left, like I was very disappointed in a lot of the people who came afterwards for a while, just because I was just so in love with the Byrne and Austin stuff that I wasn't giving
Yeah.
the new guys a chance. It took me, a while to go, yeah, this stuff's not bad. It's not, Terry and John, but whatever.
Well, speaking of, uh, let's see. I have these all in order. Some of these are Keith Giffen, and some they're not covers. Uh, this is a Keith Giffen cover. He started out the digest. I told you the regular Adventure Comics size, the regular size for the comic was the very last one was a Dial H for Hero cover done by awesome cover. And I've shown it on here of
Oh, hail, Ray Haylock
uh,
in the house.
hey Ray, uh,
Good to see you, Tugs
was
Web guy.
George Perez. So it's kind of coming to me a little slow here. But here was number Adventure Comics 491. So it ran from 491 to 503. So how many issues is that?
4? No, wait.
491 to
491 to 503. That's 9, 14, 13 or 14.
okay. Yeah, if we'd hit started with 4, yeah, you had to subtract a couple. I mean,
Eric.
that's the way I
I
would
mean,
do it.
Rex. Eric points out
Yeah.
that you can't send Rizzy a link on Twitter. He's banned off of Twitter, you doofus.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't know if he was banned or not. I was trying. Then how do you propose that I get a link? And nobody told me that was up on the screen while I was looking. So wow. Okay.
No,
Uh,
I just looked. I wasn't checking the chat
that's
until
fine.
just now.
I get it.
I just thought I try to, I try to
Someone
keep you
kill me
abreast, Rex.
now. Eric says, "Wow. Okay. Someone kill me now. Wow. Uh,
I just did, Eric. Sorry, buddy. I wasn't watching the chat as closely as I should have. Normally, I watch you guys, but Rex has been throwing out a lot of images, and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard to
I
keep
had
up.
to.
It's hard to keep up sometimes.
I didn't mention it. It was on the screen. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, well, now how do you propose I send you the link? Just drop it in the chat, Rozzy? I mean, where else are you if you're banned off Twitter? But
Just drop
that's
it in the
Keith.
chat, Rex. It's not like we're gonna get a fucking raid of
Oh, I know.
like
Yeah. Well, I
Eric
want
and
to do this.
everybody
I want
else.
to do this first, okay? Uh,
Yeah.
real quick, just show you some of Keith Giffen's covers. This one started the 2 or so years of
No, I
digest.
just picked my.
Oh, he kicked himself. So uh, this actually reproduced the very first Legion appearance. This was new material with Shazam. I'm dropping the link right now, and this is a loose one. I need to, you know, board and bag this, but this was issue issue 500. It's actually kind of not really a wraparound. It's It's got the retro costumes on the front and then the newer costumes on the back, kind of, sort of. Anyway, you take a look at it. This was issue 500 done by Keith Giffen um, in digest form. So they're kind of looking at the new ones on the screen. The old ones are looking at the new ones. And here it's the new ones looking at the old ones. Kind of neat. Issue 500. He got to do issue 500 of Adventure Comics. How cool is that? That had been running since the late 30s. All right. Hashtag I blame
Oh
Rex.
God.
Yeah, I get it.
Uh,
You sound awesome
God.
today. You must not
I
have your earbuds.
no, I don't. So dude, I don't know. This is so crazy.
Yeah, but am I?
But
Do you hear me okay?
I hear you fine, but for whatever reason,
Okay.
I don't want to jinx it because I'm hearing you fine, and my microphone's not picking you up, so that's good.
All right. Well, the unmentionables. Here's another Keith Giffen cover. Um, I
Oh
have
yeah,
some of these
adventure
loose.
comics. There you
Yeah. Oh, these are. Yeah. I mean, Ed Hannigan did some of the covers. Gil Kane, but Keith Giffen did a bunch of the Legion covers. Uh,
go. Mhm.
he did the second one here, and like I said, it had new material by Shazam, new story, but all these were the early Legion stories. Maybe here where Supergirl's rejected, from the Legion. She later becomes an honorary member. Oi, oi,
Right.
Savaloy. Hey, Risey. How's it going, bro? New icon, I
Rising,
Oi,
see.
we are above ground. This is dope.
Is
what's
that
up, my ninja?
is that badass
Um,
Risey as your icon?
oh no, this was just one that I made with, one of those AI things here. I can change it.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's just
All
average
right.
everyday Rising. He's
Watch
such a
this one.
Oh,
Watch
badass.
this one. I like this one even better. Boom. It's Captain
I'm
America. It's
you,
Razzie as Captain America with Nicholas. Yeah. Check that
Captain
out.
Captain Rise America.
yeah. Who needs
Yeah.
Bucky or who needs a sidekick when you have a cat?
Yeah. And
Oh wait,
this
I
is
Who
forgot.
needs
this
Winter
is the
Soldier?
What's your cat's name, Rising? I forgot. It's
Klaus.
Klaus.
Klaus. Yes, I like it.
Klaus
He's been
and my
accused of
brother's
being
my
a
brother's
Nazi.
one. Yeah. The funny thing is
The
I never
Nazi
knew
kid.
that that was a Nazi thing until like after I'm like joined this community and people were like, "Oh, your cat's name is Klaus." Oh, that makes so much sense. I'm like, "Fuck you! How does that make any sense?" And they were like about like all the Nazi bullshit. I'm like, no, it was because of Vampire Diaries. They're like, oh, that's even more like gayer.
Yeah, that's
Well,
even care.
yeah. I'm like, well, that's where it came from. Like, yeah, my ex girlfriend got me into like the Vampire Diaries. I'm like, yeah, well, Klaus is a lot like me, so I'm gonna name my cat Klaus.
Did you
At first I thought he was
Well,
a
I kind
girl,
of
so
thought
I
it was a
named him
play
Thea.
on claws, right? You know, because claws.
Yeah,
oh,
no, it wasn't. It was literally just a play on like the Vampire Diaries originals,
Mm.
whichever one you want to say it's
claw?
from.
All right. Well, I thought you were more clever than you were. No,
Hey,
just
Wally. Wally J. Draws.
Wiley J. Good to see you, man.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
up, dude?
He uh yeah, Rising
Oh,
getting ready to launch my second comic book here.
Oh, there
Uh
you go.
Here in about a half a month or less. Uh
Seaman 2, more than
wow.
you expected.
no, it'll be Devil Flyer.
No.
It won't be Sea Man.
I just think
Oh,
that'd be fucking hilarious though.
did
Seaman
Rise
2, more than you expected. The Bukaki
bam in and
experience.
around your yeah. Uh did you ever read
Sorry,
Season
Anne
three,
I know you.
Rice?
the uncontrollable load.
No, I've heard about it. I've never read it
Yeah.
though. I've never had my hands on. If I had my hands on the book, yeah, I'd probably read it. See, the
Are
thing is I
vampires
don't
your
go.
are vampires your favorite?
When I was younger, yeah. when I was dating that bitch, it was mostly because like her and her roommate kept saying like, "Oh, you remind me of class. You remind me of class. You remind me of class." I'm like, "All right, I gotta watch this bullshit
Mhm.
show." And
Ah,
then after a while, I ended up getting like further into the show than they did. They were behind me, and I was like, when they were trying to drop spoils on me, I was like, "Yeah, well, guess what? Now I'm telling you what's happening." And they're, fuck you. I'm like, "Ha ha, Risey wins."
Did you think? I mean, did you congratulate Vic for getting monetized
I
over
was
there
on
on his
the
channel?
I was on the stream when he got monetized,
Were you?
so I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I was.
Rise is
Yeah.
probably the reason he got monetized.
I wouldn't go that far.
Like a bad
Well,
rash.
a good help
Oh,
anyway.
snapmare takedown. Ew.
Yeah.
Off the top turnbuckle. Oh,
Can't do that off the top toe, but that'd be impressive. Fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, Rex.
yeah. Oh, uh, what? We were talking. Gladiator was one of my favorite Marvel villains because he had buzz saws on his forearms. Here he is in Daredevil.
They
Did you?
added him in the
Uh,
fucking Netflix series. I remember that. I remember him in the comic a little bit. I didn't read a lot of
yeah.
Well, actually, I did read a lot of Daredevil, but Gladiator wasn't in too much of it.
He
But
doesn't
when he
appear
did,
that often.
he showed up later on, and he was like a vet Daredevil villain. Like he'd already done all his shit, and I'm just like,
That was a
well,
good Netflix series. For by and large,
no,
the
Dude,
well,
Netflix series.
wasn't
I'm not just talking about the Netflix series. I'm talking about the comic series I read about Daredevil. And Daredevil
Right.
series is just like always been like fantastic. One thing I love about Daredevil, if you want to read Marvel crap, you can literally just read Daredevil. You don't have to read anything else because, for the most part, Daredevil doesn't give a fuck about what happens to the Marvel Universe, and the Marvel Universe doesn't give a fuck about what happens to Daredevil. And they
no,
love
he's
it
kind
both
of in
ways.
his own little pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one thing I've always liked
You
about
mentioned
Daredevil. I
Captain
respect.
America. Did you ever see Cap
Oh,
Wolf when he turned into a
Jesus.
werewolf?
I had
I,
this issue when I was
I,
like younger.
I think
Yeah.
I missed this one. Man. Different.
Really? I
I don't even
I think
Yeah.
I
I
got
don't think
doubles.
I remember flipping through it. I never read it. I
Yeah.
remember flipping through it. I just got the cover. I grabbed the issue because like I was working at the comic store and I wasn't getting paid, but I got paid in like comics. It was one of the different comic stores I
Oh
worked
yeah.
at, and it was like work experience, but like he would give me comics and shit. And I'm like, all right, boom. So I would take the most expensive comics. It really pissed him off, but I'm like, bro, yeah,
There
it's
you
not
go.
on me, it's on you. That's what you get. He's like, yeah.
Do you
Needless
remember
to
some of the
say,
expensive comics?
they only if I seen them again, man. It was like stuff like the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man cover that everyone always sells on eBay for like over
No, yeah.
$100 now. I
Uh-huh.
had like 4 or 5 of those fucking things. And it pisses me off because I sold my entire collection
Oh,
for
so
a
you got
hundred and
multiples.
fifty
You get
dollars.
you Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what he was
Dude,
complaining about. I don't know what he
well,
was
because I
complaining
was,
about. That was your pay for working for him.
well, no, it was. Fact is that like it really wasn't like honestly he was doing me a favor, but um, yeah, he should have thought more about it. He'd be like you can't have these ones.
Yeah.
One's of
Yeah,
value
right.
in
Just
my opinion.
set boundaries.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it.
Well, I'd
Yeah.
I'd let you buy one and then charge the extra for the multiples.
Well, see, the thing is that like when I start, like I used to like buy comics there, but when I started doing work experience, air quotations, work experience slash work there with him, um, I stopped paying for anything
Right.
because I got all my actual comics from the city store. This guy was
Oh,
a guy in Fremantle. It was
okay. That means
annoying getting to
absolutely
Fremantle.
There's a
nothing to me.
key.
Is that like a small
All
town,
right,
Ozzy? Or
yeah, no, sorry. Uh, the city was easier to get to. Fremantle's on the opposite side of the city. If you live on that side, it's easy to get to Fremantle. But at the
right,
time,
right, right.
like, I don't live anywhere near Fremantle, so it's an extra like fucking 40 minutes.
Oh,
So
damn, yeah.
yeah, where do you think I'm going to get my comics? I'm literally just going there to talk to a bunch of fucking comic nerds.
Right.
Well,
Like this was
But
before
at the same time, yeah, I
this
can't
was
blame you for
this was before I had access to the internet.
ah
right.
yes.
Yeah. Now you can order anything
I
around the
remember when
world.
there was no
Pretty much.
internet
No,
back.
no, I mean like I just wanted to talk to people and have arguments over comic books and shit. You know what I mean?
Here's
Like
you a
back
vampire.
then you
This is
couldn't
Yeah,
my
you used to
favorite
have to do that at
vampire.
the comic
Probably
shop.
the
exactly. You had to do it in person and look like a
Oh,
real.
dude, this is I
Yeah,
love this
Morbius,
cover.
my ninja.
I love this cover. It's one of my favorites.
I
What do you
never had
think?
this
Yeah,
one.
Gil Kane. Hello.
Oh, dude, I've got a complete set of the Journey into Fear from 1 to 33. It's got the complete man thing run, and then at issue 13 it turns into
That
Morbius.
Right. Yeah.
That is a dope cover, but if that was like to be created today, a lot of people would have torn parts out of it. I could already see a lot of things that were wrong with it. The legs were like way fucked up. That bottom
Really?
bat is like, yeah, look at the legs. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, the
how,
legs are a
like,
little jacked.
Kane.
and like, well, like, where's his body waist? Like, what does he just shrink down like a hobbit? Like he's got
Well,
long
yeah,
legs
yeah.
and he
I mean,
does leg
he's kind of got a
days.
top and he's got a bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
So it's
you kind of you gotta
he's got no
you're
midsection at
overthinking it,
all.
Ninja.
you
You're
gotta you gotta
Well,
overthinking
think
it.
no,
about that.
see, well, the
You
thing
gotta
is,
think about
is that this is why I'm saying
the
is that
perspective,
to
Risey.
to
It's
be
like it's he's
defense.
looking down at the
It's a
camera and
crotch
he's
shot.
holding the
I
girl.
no, that's even if that's the case, that you can't not like you do not lose half your goddamn stomach. All right, that's just
All
not
right,
how
you
fucking
you got a
goddamn
point.
physics works.
Yeah.
All
Like,
right.
and the bat is fucking ugly, but and also the thing is
Bats
my
are
point
ugly.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It just doesn't look like a bat. My
they're not
point is,
cute critters.
but
And
but
this
but
is this is
my point is that if this was drawn by like someone working for Marvel today, people would
right.
sit there for like an hour and shit all over it. And
No,
I'm
I
like,
think they would
because
say
this
this is
is
great. This is wonderful. It's all correct. I mean, this would be. I mean, because their expectations at Marvel are crap right now. This would be
oh my
high art
god,
to them.
this is high art. Oh Jesus Christ. I can
Well,
make a better
I'm not
cover with
saying that. I'm
I can make
saying
a
that
better cover
Marvel's
with my fucking goddamn AI art on my mobile phone, brother.
Risey. Do you not think that Marvel standards have hit rock
AI
bottom
I
art is
right
don't,
now?
I
crap,
don't, I don't
Risey.
read it, man. I
Hey,
stopped
good
reading it
stuff.
when like, what's up, good stuff. I stopped reading it when they made Cyclops and Wolverine
Everybody
roommates.
stop reading it.
Hell,
Why? Oh, there you go.
you go.
Vote on the babe of the
Hell,
week
good stuff.
right there for good stuff. Vote on those
Oh, is
babes.
that
Pick the prettiest, the most ample. that is indeed a great Morbius cover.
Oh,
That's the
is that
last
tonight?
issue.
Yep.
Do you know where this Adventures into Fear continued?
I think that is
Where
fucking
did it go? Where
horrendously
did it
bad.
go? Where did it go from Morbius? Do you know, Shadowhawk? Because this is the
No,
final issue.
yeah,
That's the
I
final
collected
issue.
1 through 33. I got the final issue of Morbius, and then that was it. That's my
Yeah.
Journey into Fear collection.
But I didn't even
I
notice
don't,
that, Rozzy,
and
that
I
he has
don't
no
know that they
middle to
did
it.
anything. I don't think they
That was the
because
first thing I noticed, man. Like, you see, the thing is with a lot of you guys, like, you only notice it because of nostalgia. See, I looked at that and I'm like, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, nostalgia, like, immediately.
Right.
But then I've also got these F stains that, like, I've watched them and like, oh, this part of the anatomy is not right, blah 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 blah. I mean,
yeah,
also,
but
like, look at the
you don't
legs.
have to pay attention
Like
to
the
those
the
stuff.
legs are destroyed. Like, but the thing is that now I cannot have these things in my head. Like, I can see like how fucked up this is. Like, it's not just the fucking like the Morbius. Like, the legs are horrendous. But look at the chick's arm.
Cool, good
Like,
stuff.
it's
I
as
step
it's
out.
as if as if she has no elbow, and like one leg is like horrendously fatter than the other. Like, the hair, like, for like where it is, I mean, unless there's wind blowing, maybe we can argue that way, but why is the like neck not limping down more so? And
Right.
why like there's so much shit. And then the fact is that, like, why does Morbius not have a stomach?
Right. Yeah, that's the most glaring thing, you know.
Like, the
Well, because
fact that he
he
doesn't have
hasn't
a fucking
eaten this chick
stomach.
yet.
Well, so he grows his stomach
Yes,
afterwards?
when
I
he
mean,
when
like,
he
that's
drinks
not
her,
how vampires work.
he drinks her like a juice
That is
box, and
not
he
how
fills up.
vampires work, man.
Yeah, like a Tropicana or something, you know.
That's it.
What the fuck? I
He,
feel like fucking Han Solo in a shitty Star Wars movie. That's not how the Force works.
See you
that's
good
not,
stuff. Yeah. Not enough metachlorine in that, juicer.
No shit.
yeah, that's a problem.
Oh fuck, man! But yeah, no, I mean, honestly, nothing, no disrespect to the artist, except for the fact that, yeah, he did do a shitty cover.
But Eric,
I mean, that's the only disrespect I got. Nothing to the person.
I'm going to show some Keith Giffen covers. A lot of them are going to be Legion things, but he did more than Legion.
Was that
Uh,
was that Keith Giffen that just did that horrendous piece of shit?
no, that was Gil Kane.
that was Gil
Oh,
Kane, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Now Gil Kane's got an anatomy like no one else's, as you well saw. I showed this the other day, Rozzy. Do you like black light stuff?
Not particularly. Depends what like type of art it is, though.
Oh, dude,
Like
I want
Black
that
Bolt,
poster.
Yeah.
I don't really like Black Bolt. I fucking hate the
Ah,
Inhumans.
Right.
I don't like the
Yeah.
Inhumans
With
either,
that
but
being
Black Bolt
said,
was cool,
that
dude. Come on.
probably the best use of the Inhumans though was on Agents of
Maybe,
Shield.
like a maybe like a Robbie Rodriguez Ghost Rider would look cool with
Yeah.
that type of style, because he's
Oh,
like
that'd be
Yeah. Why
neat.
don't we get?
Mexican.
I, I imagine that they've had Halloween costumes of Ghost Rider, but if they have, I don't know if I've seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen a Ghost Rider Halloween costume, dude.
I don't know. It'd be too fucking difficult.
But why not?
I
Why
think
you got a
I got
skull?
a pretty easy
It
way
wouldn't
to
be
pull off
difficult.
the flaming skull, dude. You get one of those really nice where you can glue it to your face, the skull prosthetics, so you can move the jaw and everything.
Oh,
And
you
then,
want to get all
black out your
involved. I
eyes.
see.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's
But
also
then,
too
dude,
expensive. And you got
the
to
leather
remember
coat
the
you
people that are
use.
gonna like the people that are gonna
Both of you are
like have the
making this
nerve
way
to
too
go.
difficult. One of those
No,
plastic Ben
no, no.
Cooper.
I'm
Here's the
trying to make
thing.
it look cool. That's all.
Well, right,
Here's the thing.
but they could do it. That's what
Whether or
I'm
not,
saying. It's
whether or
doable.
not it looks cool or not, you got to remember the type of people that are gonna have the nerve to do that are gonna have like a set amount of like money to go out and do that. And they're gonna be like, well, fuck, this is cutting into my actual drinking thing. And
Oh,
so,
dude, I do latex and all kinds of different special Halloween effects, blood bags. Fucking, I can do squibs. I can do all kinds of stuff, and it's not that expensive.
Rex, why are you showing us pictures of you?
Most of the simple special effects, the physical
Risey,
effects
why
that
are you
they
gay?
have been replaced by computer generated bullshit lately, are very easy and effective.
I prefer computer generated stuff.
Really, dude, like gore and shit, where it just so obviously is horribly fucking
Oh,
badly done.
I barely watch fucking horror anymore.
Hmm. Okay, well then maybe
Is it because
maybe
it's
for
not
sci-fi and
scary?
stuff, the computer generate. Wait a minute, Rex,
No,
go
it's
back.
just
I
like
go
this is
back to that last picture. I missed that. Who's this?
no,
That's
don't go back
Elvira.
to it. It was disgusting.
Oh, is that Elvira?
Hmm.
It's so
No.
old lady.
Yeah, I don't. With all the recent crap that's come out about her, I'm not too attracted to her anymore.
What'd she do? Maybe I'm
Right.
more attracted to her now.
Well, she's
Nah, she just came out
she came
man
out as lesbian.
hating and apparently she's had a steady lesbian girlfriend for like the last 20 years or some shit.
So that
She's a
makes her unfuckable.
well, she's just a horror. Well, she hates men. Yeah, so she's unfuckable for a dude.
Well, that just means that there's a higher bridge to jump or
Dude,
mountain.
nah,
No,
you know,
I
Wow.
believe I believe. Give
right,
me
right, you're looking at it the wrong way, brother. If I
give me
gotta work
six
that hard,
give
if
me
I gotta
6
work that
months.
hard to try to get a girl,
If
Give
I've
me
got to
6
knock her
months.
out,
6 months, dude. If I don't have her fucking walking into my bedroom in 6 minutes,
No,
I'm
no,
done.
no, 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 no. See, here's the thing. At the end of the 6 months, she's signing over the house to me, and Razzie wins. All I need is a box of wine and a song, Sister Goblin. I'm gonna cosplay as Razzie Lee this year. Fuck you, Goblin, you piece of shit. Ah, ah. You fucking cunt.
A box of wine and a sock.
now this is Dan Dahl artwork. Hopefully we'll get him on pretty soon. I really like this sort of a retro Batman Beyond character that he did a while back.
I thought this was a joke.
I like Batman
and
Beyond. I imagine you
I
did.
thought
I
that
thought
was
that
gonna
Beyond was
be
alright.
fucking goddamn like
I'm
Shane Davis. This is the fucking like self-insert comic.
right,
It's like, boom,
right.
I'm coming for all the
Uh,
FedEx workers that did me wrong. And you're gonna feel real stupid about it too, boys.
if you like Boris Karloff as Frankenstein Shadowhawk, you'll love him as Frankenberry.
Okay.
What do you think? Yeah,
Mm.
Boris Karloff as Count Chocula.
Yeah. Oh, Bella, you mean Bella Lugosi?
Yeah, Bela Lugosi. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, that Boris Karloff Frankenberry is kind of freaking me out, man. I don't know. It's weird. It's
Well, he's
very
pink.
fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? I'm gonna have nightmares now.
I don't like it. Make it go away.
Well, look at the mummy
It's
with
his
the
eyes,
colorful
man. There's
wrappings.
something fucking freaky about them
Yeah.
eyes. Look at that shit. It's just I
And
don't know.
the wolf man, he's that fruit brute character.
Yeah,
Remember the fruit
yeah.
cereal?
He had the like rainbow colored
The
suspenders on and
Invisible
shit.
Man as Boo Berry.
That's
Rising
awesome.
probably never saw that cereal.
Now who's the mummy there?
Uh,
The
there would be
yummy
some
mummy.
kind of it'd be some kind of yummy mummy, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they used to call it. Was yummy mummy.
Yeah,
But that
they
took
made
the place of Fruit Brute, though. It was the same cereal.
yeah,
They just changed the name.
they made oh, I didn't know that. They made Funko pairs of all those characters.
They fucking make Funkos of everything, those
Oh,
bastards.
fucking, I hate those
I wish
top
you'd
head
send me
fucking things.
some Australian pairs.
I don't even know if we have any pairs. I don't look at them.
I wish I could send you some 1984 Chicago Pez Rex.
Do you know if we have any
Did you
pairs,
know?
Rex? I'll keep an eye out if you know if we do. I'll
I
have a
bet you
look
do.
out.
Yeah.
Do they?
Well, you know, a
I
friend of
think they
mine
sell
went over not
worldwide.
to Australia, but she went oh yeah, they're worldwide. She went overseas. She brought me some pairs, but it was in American packaging. And I was like, yeah, I wanted the foreign packaging. Uh
Oh shit!
did you know back
Well,
in the
see, the
70s
thing
they did
is that like that's the thing though, Rex. Like
toilet paper?
sometimes even when the toilet paper, yeah, I don't know about that. Why would you want to wipe?
Marvel toilet
You know
paper.
what?
How would
Actually,
you
you know
like
what?
to
I
illustrate
actually
that story?
Nowadays,
I do want to wipe my ass with fucking goddamn comic. You know what?
yeah. Nowadays, I wouldn't mind that.
Ethan, give me Cyberfrog toilet paper. I'll back that.
Cyberfrog toilet
All
paper.
right.
That's right. Now
Fucking A, I'll
next
back
week
that.
we're hoping to have
3
on Mike Barron.
sheets.
Here's a picture of Mike
Yeah.
with Superman, a version of Superman anyway, right?
Yep.
Who is that? I forget what his Dean Cain?
Dean, is that Dean Kane?
Dean Cain, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty
Now
funny.
I
love
never
the guy.
once watched that show, but apparently he's like pretty basic. So
I heard he was pretty
Well,
cool.
and he's conservative. And Dr. Mass that
that's
we
what
had
I'm
on
saying.
yesterday,
Right?
guess
Jesus
what?
God, man,
And
deal with the
yours is
program.
coming. Look at that. Dr. Mask even knew about the Action Bible.
Yeah. And when is that coming my way?
Soon. Check it out.
7 years.
Be checking your mail.
3 years.
I've got
3 days after your death.
I don't know about you, Rex, but I check my mail every day. Ethan, I got 8 more figures.
Well,
I'm waiting.
You got 8 more figures coming from Ethan, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked.
This
right.
This was a pretty cool horror.
There are things you and I can disagree on, my friend.
Rozzy, did you have gumball machines and things like that down Australia?
Oh yeah, no, I loved that shit when I loved the ones when you used to have like little figures that would come in them.
I mean,
yeah,
like tiny little like you'd have like tiny little figures instead of.
Come here.
Look at that.
Say hi to everybody, Daisy.
Hey,
Daisy, come here,
Daisy. Why does everyone call their dog Daisy? You're like the third person that I've heard call.
Dude, she's yellow. Daisy. She's a daisy. She's perfect.
She's yellow. She looks white to me.
Well, dude, she's a yellow lab. Look at that.
Well, she's getting a little bit old.
She's only 2.5. She's not even 3 yet.
No, Daisy's a young dog. Daisy's only a couple years old, isn't she?
She's like, I don't even want to be on camera, Dad. So how about this? Fuck you.
She's about 2.5. Daisy.
if I'd
Look at,
known I was gonna
come
be
here,
on
look at that.
camera, maybe I would have like.
Look at
Let's
that.
see. I'll
There you
be
go. There you go.
Risey. I'll
Oh,
be on camera, or I'll get a massage of my buttocks. Which would you choose?
she's just scared of Risey's voice over there. She's like, who's this crazy guy with the weird
Who's this
accent yelling?
bogan?
I like
Right,
it.
exactly. Who's yelling at me?
I'm not
Why,
yelling
why,
at you.
why is this bogan yelling at me?
Now, Dr. Mask made a discovery. This book right here. Do you remember this book at all, Shadowhawk? Myth Adventures?
No, I don't think I've
Let's
ever seen this book.
party.
Rex.
That's warp graphics. And you open it up and look at the credit page. Okay. It's Jim Valento artwork, but it's inked by R.T. Bear.
Jim Valentino.
Yeah, Jim Valentino and R.T. Bear on the inks.
And R.T. Bear, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it looks like such crap.
Yeah. Well, this doesn't look like crap.
I'm
This
not.
is Tank Ferret artwork. Sadly, this is no more. But there's a Skeletor. That's dope, huh?
Pretty cool. What do you mean this is? Oh, is this some of the stuff that got stolen that he recovered, but it's only digital now or something? Oh,
Right.
yeah, that sucks, man.
Yeah, because that's a nice
cool.
piece
I mean,
by Tank Ferret.
I'm not a big Masters of the Universe fan, but that's a cool piece.
Yeah. Well, nicely done. Yeah. I love the stuff he's done for me.
Have you heard from
Rozzy,
Tank
would you like to see
anything else? Is he doing better? Yeah.
Just that he's recovering from his illness, whatever he had, pneumonia or whatever. I mean, it's probably going to take a little while if he was like 104 degrees for like a couple weeks.
Well, good. You're gonna have a couple conversations with him because that might have cooked his brain a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not good, dude. That's what happened to
Rozzy, here's
my aunt, fucking, as a little kid. It's a horrible story.
Oh, I know. When you run a fever that long, it can do some permanent damage for sure.
Yeah, her dad wouldn't take her to the doctor for like 2 days, and then when he finally did, she was not right after.
What do you think about this piece, Rozzy?
It's okay.
Rozzy might not be there. Huh?
Yeah, no, it's okay. I know what it is. It's like giant fucking.
Is that a Geo?
That's 2 ton.
2 ton. Oh yeah, dude. Pretty cool. Who did this one?
Tank Ferret.
That's Tank? Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
I'm showing it for Rozzy because Rozzy probably hasn't seen it, but you have.
Well, dude, I'm
Thanks
for having me on, man. I'm pretty fucking high now, and the class has been a real little prick. He wants his chair.
I told you Rozzy be well lubed by now.
Well, no, he doesn't fucking like me. Like he keeps jumping on my lap to try to be cute. I'm like, you don't want to jump on my lap. You just want the fucking chair. So I'm gonna jump off. And
Cloud is in control.
Yeah, he's damn right. The little fuckhead is. Fucking hate you, Nicholas. But
well, you don't want him shitting all over and pissing all over your stuff again.
No, man. Thank you guys for having me on.
Love you, Rozzy.
Yeah, I love you guys. Take care.
Well, thanks for coming by the channel, bro.
Oi, my ninja.
Hey, always.
Told you he was gay.
Keep him in line, Cloud.
Yeah. And you remember this one from Tank, right, Shadowhawk?
Somebody's got the, yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah.
Rex is so proud of his Nazis.
Well, if I'm going to be accused of being one,
Hey, you know how
so
Hitler tied
hopefully
his shoes, right?
now Tank's doing a couple other pieces for me. I gave him an easy assignment on
See,
one.
Rex is
Just
ignoring me again.
okay. What?
Nah,
What was the
nothing.
question?
I was just gonna tell a joke. I was like, you know how Hitler tied his shoes, don't you?
Any way you wanted to.
In little Nazis. The pipe doesn't work for you, man. Nice
It
try.
doesn't.
Nah.
It was my grandfather, my step grandfather. Still got that smell in it and
Ew.
that taste.
Ew.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Well,
and got
now
all
I've
the
used it
dead
since I
grandfather
had it.
spit in your mouth now too.
Oh,
That's lovely.
he would slobber spit all the time, but you know what? You get up into your 70s or 80s and see if you don't drool a little bit.
I'm just saying, dude, you just stuck that thing in your head.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So you got all
I
that
have freaking
leftover
things in my
DNA
head.
from your drooly grandpa crawling around your
Yeah.
mouth now.
It might make me smarter.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, now this, you asked about my comic shop. This was a comic that I actually sold in my comic book shop. Uh, PJ Russell, Pete Craig Russell. I can't get his name right, but Marvel Fanfare
Oh,
came
Marvel
out
Fanfare.
just
Yeah.
shortly. Yeah, shortly. I think we were like on X-Men, Marvel Fanfare either 3 or 4. I think issue 4, and I had to
Mm.
back issue. I had to back order number 1, 2, and 3 of Marvel Fanfare for the shop.
Dude, I don't know what the problem was up here, in my area,
You
but
didn't get it?
I could not. I got I've got 6 issues of Marvel Fanfare, okay,
I'm
and
surprised because
it's
it was
like
direct. It wasn't newsstand.
I know, and that's the crazy thing though is somehow or another I found 2 of them in a row, like number 3 and 4, and I got those, and I didn't see him again for a while, and then I got like 7 and 8, and then I didn't see him again for a while, and I got like 10 and 11 or some shit. But those are the only Marvel fanfares I ever
Yeah.
saw, and that I had a comic shop by then. But I guess I don't
Yeah.
know if they
Well, you
weren't
must
like
have. Otherwise, you wouldn't
producing
have seen them at all.
right, but I don't know if they weren't producing enough so that like smaller shops weren't getting allocations, or I don't know what happened,
Right.
but it was
Well,
very like it was rare when
well,
I
they
would
have
see
to
them.
order them. Maybe they, I mean, I sold a few issues, but they weren't that popular. Maybe because it shifted and changed, and uh,
Yeah, I mean my guys were pretty good at the shop that I went to for years, man. If
mhm,
people showed an interest, they would order it again until like people didn't. You know, they might not necessarily order big numbers.
yeah,
You know, maybe only 10 copies or something. But once they saw that a few people were regularly picking it up, they'd start asking you, "Oh, what do you think? Are you a fan of this?" And yeah, it's good. You know, but that was when comic shops used to care. I don't see that anymore, man. I really don't. I got to go
oh,
back and
yeah,
visit.
I mean, you had to be in
There's
business
still a
for a long time for them to care.
yeah, there's still 1 or 2 old school ones around here that are open that I haven't gone back to yet. And just only because it's like,
Mhm.
a 30-40 minute drive for me or whatever. But I think I'm gonna have no choice but to go check them back out so that I can talk to some people I can relate to in the comic shop, you know, because
Right.
everything that's close to me is just horrible, dude. It's just it's a nightmare.
Here's Rozzy's costume for Halloween. I'm sure. Um,
Wow.
Well,
Who knew, right? Who
in
knew
the
Risey
comic,
could fill out a pair of stockings like that?
I know, right? Uh, I, it's just that the owners of the comic shops are younger than you and I, and they don't know anything about comics or how to run a comic shop or run a business. I have
Yeah,
one good one
yeah,
that's
there
been
you go.
around for. I've had one that's fairly new that's been around for maybe a couple years, if less than that, and he seems to run it like a business. And you know, I don't know because I don't hang around it. I go in for supplies mostly and to see what's hanging around there and like War Party. Oh, I want that. That you know, occasionally, get surprised by something. I'm not out to spend a lot of money at my local comic book shop or anywhere else. I mean, most of my resources either go to making my comics or go to CG projects, you know, comics being made, and that's about all I can afford. So, you know, I want to support my local comic book shop just so that I have a convenient place to get supplies. But frankly, I can go online and order my own supplies,
Yeah,
and have done
and
that before.
and that's the problem I
You
got.
know,
Is I know there's, like I said, a couple of old school guys around here that are still open, but for me to be one of their customers, it's going to be, a minimum half-hour drive. So that's a half hour there, half hour back. I'm going to spend
yeah.
a half hour in the store. You're looking at it may turn into 2 or 3 hour trip if you're having a good
Hey,
conversation
Glenn.
or something. It's like I just don't know.
Yeah, Giffen was a huge talent, sadly missed. Here's Mike Zeck,
Hey,
Captain
I'm Glenn
America
and Monster
run,
Island.
going up against Deathlock.
Oh yeah, I got that one.
Death,
That's a good one.
yeah, I wish I still had
I
it.
like Deathlock.
Yeah, Deathlock's a pretty cool character. I mean, it was created by
That's how
Rich
you know
Buckler.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
He's like
here's an
half.
old
He's
mask.
half.
Here's an
He's a
old
cyborg,
mask
but
that
he's not. But he's dead flesh instead of living flesh, which is weird.
Dead Flash.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess
like a
after Marvel
cyborg.
Zombies, you have to have.
Well, he was
There
way
you go.
before
There's an
Marvel.
old ad. A Ghost Rider mask. It glows in the dark. Only $1.
Oh,
Old
dude,
ad. That'd
I
be cool.
killed for
Put your
one of
own
those. I had to
white
make my
cowboy
own.
hat on. Yeah.
I had to make my
I
own.
know I had a cowboy hat as a child. Did you have a cowboy
The
hat?
cool thing is that I learned a really cool mask making technique. It's really creepy because you can see your
Yeah.
facial movements underneath it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you get it tight enough, but you can't see any kind of face.
Right.
But you can see through it because the material's thin enough. It's fun.
Well, one thing I did, you take a brown paper sack, right, which is kind of square once you fluff it up, right? And I made a Frankenstein head. And then also, you can make, I get these little plastic books that told you how to do all that stuff. So I actually did that project where you made a Frankenstein head using a brown paper sack, a grocery sack. And you can make warts out of like glue. You just put a little glue and then let it, dots and let it Elmer's glue and let it sort of wrinkle up and whatnot. And then you just take a black marker and black them out. And then you can adhere them to your face for warts. Simple stuff like that was in the book for making Halloween type thing, monster thing. Here you
Oh, dude, I'll tell you
go.
what, a bottle of liquid
I
latex,
actually
some
was
tissue
kind of,
paper, you can do just about anything.
yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like paper mache somewhat. I was kind of a paper by Anne Bancroft for a while. There you go. Anne Bancroft, folks.
Well,
The Graduate all over again. Uh-huh. 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 She was married to Mel. Oh, what's the director? History of the World Part 2. Mel Brooks. Yeah, she was. Yeah, they have a one son between them, and they named him Maximilian. How would you like to be named Maximilian? There you go. I need this in my life.
dude, that
A
well,
story of Dracula, the
my
Wolfman,
nickname
and the
for years anyway.
Frankenstein. Neil Adams' artwork, Power Records. Neil Adams cover there. There's your Neil Adams Werewolf, Vampire, and Frankenstein. Power Records. I have some of these. I just don't have this one. Pretty cool stuff. Put in the record and read the book along with the record.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, I like that.
Now, let me show you some more of the Adventure Comics Giffen stuff. Want to keep these in order. First one. Now, I don't know what it looks like when I see it. Oh, and here's, before I show you that, here's another one in my collection. Year's Best Comic Story, starring Superman, Batman, Teen Titans, and Legion of Superheroes. Don't know what year this is. Too bad they didn't put the year on here. But I like to get these sort of year's best summary. Some of the books I would get, some I wouldn't.
Hold her steady there, Red.
Sergeant Rock in there as well. I Vampire. Got an I Vampire story in there.
Is that a Perez cover?
Swamp Thing. No, it's not Perez.
Good cover. That's a really good group shot, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like Dick Gargiano to me, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Could be Giordano.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I just tend towards Perez. When I see a really good group shot like that, it's like, oh, that had to have been George. Yeah. He was so good at
Here's
that
a
stuff.
Keith Giffen cover drawing the Legion and the Challengers of the Unknown. They started out with the Shazam and then went to Challengers of the Unknown for the new material. Like I said, he wasn't the only one. So here you go. You got the newsstand edition and the direct that I need to. Trying to get both.
So what was the difference? I mean, the covers look the same.
And Ross Andrew and Dick Gargiano did this one. Ross Andrew. What's the difference?
I'm saying,
yeah, it's just I like these. I am getting some just a little bit of echo from yours, but just to let you know. But what's the difference? There's not really a difference. It's just 83, which is rare. I would probably say the newsstand in 83 is a little bit rarer. I just want both. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
My point is, I understand the difference. You understand stuff. Me and you have discussed that many times. I'm asking on.
Yeah, you may have to bounce out, dude. You're roboting really. I can't. We're getting static.
Right. All right. I'll be back.
Okay. Sorry. So Ross Andrew and Dick Gargiano did that one. This is a Gil Kane one. Pretty cool, actually, with the roulette wheel here on the Challenges Unknown. The Legion were always part of it, which was, the Legion in the 60s for a long time and the 70s were a part of Adventure Comics. My whole argument is, and I've made it before, why cancel it? It just went over 500 issues. It's an anthology. Put some of your most popular characters in there. When they wanted to revive the Avengers, they made new Avengers and they put David Finch on it, and it became wildly popular with characters that you'd never think was Avengers. Wolverine, Spider-Woman, but it worked. New Avengers was wildly successful. And then they would take like Hawkeye and made him Ronan, you know. Was that his character? Ronan? I think it was. And that even worked itself into the movies, right? This is another Gil Kane. He did several of those. I've shown these before, but you don't get many split things. But man, these were wonderful. About 100 pages, I guess. Mostly reprinted, but I mean some key issues, especially on the Legion stuff. Welcome back. Now I've got my.
All right. Am I any better?
Oh yeah, that's much better. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Rex. Before I forget,
Now, what was your question?
You decide to steamroll on.
Well,
My
I couldn't hear.
question
I
is,
could only hear part of
no,
what
no,
you
no.
were saying.
I get it. Well, just tell me that sooner so we can fix it. Anyway,
Okay.
my question was, you understand? I know the difference between newsstand and fucking direct, all that stuff. My question was, what's the actual physical difference on the two books? Because the covers looked almost exactly the same. So was it
Oh,
just
the
the corner
barcode.
box, the
The
barcode?
corner box. Yeah, the corner box. You had this
Okay,
instead of the barcode.
right. So you had like a DC little picture or something instead of
Yeah.
a barcode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually an
Okay.
average, the
Okay.
biggest little buy in comics. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I was
Or
wondering because sometimes different. Sometimes that would be the only difference. Sometimes there were other differences.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all. Sorry, man. I
Yeah.
didn't realize I was breaking
I
up
mean,
that
that's
bad.
a Keith Giffen cover there. He got to do the cover for 500.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I showed that earlier, but Risey was in here. You might not have caught that. It's the old team looking at the new team, and then you flip it around, and it's the new team looking at the old team on the screen. So it's really kind of,
That
you know,
yeah. I kind of
yeah.
like that idea. That's pretty clever.
10
That's
Legion
a
of
that's a
Superheroes
good.
stories in here, featuring the origin of the Legion of Substitute Heroes, which I got in a book very early on and loved the Legion of Substitute Heroes. The heroes, the Legionnaires, the super powered beings that tried to join the Legion but failed, like Stone Boy.
Oh, okay.
Stone
Yeah.
Boy's power was turning into stone and standing there. Or Chlorophyll Kid, he could make plants grow. I mean, their
well,
powers
that
were whack. You know,
well that could. I mean, making plants grow could come in handy. I think.
yeah, if you could control the plants, or yeah, I mean, if the villain was standing on the lawn, you could make the grass grow as big as a as a redwood, and throw him up into the air.
Yeah,
Uh,
you could like make like a huge barrier, right? Out of like plant life. You could like surround yourself with like this huge impenetrable mass. Yeah, it wouldn't be very
yeah.
good of. Well, I don't know. Maybe offensively, if you could take control of some vines and shit,
Oh yeah,
but
you
you'd
could do the
actually,
swamp thing.
well, yeah, but you'd actually have to be able to control them, right? You can't if it's
Yeah,
just
you got
you
to be
can make
able to
them
control them, not
grow.
just make them grow.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's just
Hey,
like
Eagle
making
Rider.
them grow. It doesn't do you a whole lot of good. Well,
Eagle,
don't
don't know
don't
if you have
start.
time, but the
You can
link
go
is in
right
the
in.
chat
Oh,
if you want to come in. It's further up on the. This is reprinted, I know, from Legion of or Adventure Comics 301, the origin of Bouncing Boy. I know because I had some production artwork for that.
that was one
But
of the worst
I
characters ever.
eventually
Who the fuck? Who created Bouncy Boy?
don't
Or
hate on
whatever.
Bouncy Boy. That was in one of the first comics that I bought at
Oh God, dude,
TG&Y.
this is
He
the
married
worst fucking.
triplicate girl. He was a
He's the worst
polygamist.
character
He was a
ever.
polygamist. Speaking of large-breasted women and beauties to
He was a
boot.
pervert. He married triplicate
Wow.
girl. I'm jealous.
Hi guys.
Look at this stunner.
Hey, Eagle, what's
I
happening,
love
girl?
the ginger. I love the ginger.
I've actually done it up a little fancier today. I don't usually
Good to
wear
see
makeup.
you all, Bouncy.
Yeah.
Nice to see
Yeah,
you,
you
dear.
got
It's been a
makeup
while.
on a little bit.
I'm actually on an actual computer again. I got my new computer.
Oh, yay.
All right. She's
They
still
finally
going
find
strong.
you on the side of the mountain or wherever you're at now. I'm just teasing.
Oh, I'm back over in Iowa for now.
Oh, okay.
Finally got a break from
by,
all that.
by the way, Eagle, you win.
Oh?
What do you win?
Well, you said, I bet Rex would love to see me today. And you win.
I was thinking, I just got off a stream like this. I'm going to be doing another panel tomorrow, which is actually going to be about society's love-hate attitude towards boobs. So I'm going to be just kind of similar tomorrow, too.
My attitude
Wait a
towards
minute.
boobs is I want to see
There's a
more of
love-hate attitude towards boobs?
It has to do with the obsessive screeching against women with chests and the abusive behavior they go through and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know I love
Eagle,
boobs. I don't think I've ever hated them.
I
I
love
don't
boobs
understand
because I
this
know where to
concept.
put the quarter.
I don't understand the love-hate relationship. I have a
It took a while.
love-love
Mostly
relationship.
it's a bunch of flat-titted feminists whining and bitching and insulting any woman with boobs and calling them sex
Exactly.
objects and shit like that.
Ethel or you're
Oh, it's
Plenty,
a
why
bunch
not
of
just
jealous little flat-chested weirdos. Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you have a chest, you go through a lot of abuse, mostly from other women. And then there's the weird occasional guy who treats you like you're automatically a whore if you have boobs or you show cleavage.
Yeah, that's just wrong, and
So we're going to comment on that and mock it senselessly because it sounds fun.
Oh, cool.
And thank you so much, Kiri.
Transition me, Elmo. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh.
One of the only popular animes that I actually like.
Come on. What the?
Eagle, I have a favor to ask you. What do we have there? Spy Family?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of it. Sega.
It's actually when they're just starting to release the second season, so it's very new. It's a very, very nice figurine now. It's actually really high quality. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't want to look at that garbage when I can look at you.
But it's pretty, and I love this
It's
character.
And
I brought a lot of booby characters off of her. I mean,
booby character.
Now is that from a like a anime or a show or something or?
Yeah, Spy X Family is it's lower rating. It has a little bit of some language and stuff, but it's more designed as family friendly. But it's a telepathic kid that gets adopted, being basically used by a spy who has a fake marriage with an assassin.
Whoa. Okay.
So it's kind of demented.
A little bit. Whoa.
See, boobs are magic.
Who's that? Wait a minute. You can't just say boobs are magic. I want to know who that was.
That was you know who that was. She was in Sinbad.
She looks very. It's not just the boobs, though. It's the hair. Yeah, that's just. That's just a package right there,
It's
my
the whole
friend. All right.
package, huh?
Yeah.
Now, Eagle, I have a favor to ask you. When I get launch my book here pretty soon, can I come on your channel and shield the thing?
Absolutely.
Score. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to line up some shows to be on.
Rex is going
Yeah,
to be the
we'll have to
first guy
talk.
to be
Maybe
backed by eagles and mountain goats and maybe some wild ferrets.
this is
It's going to be
fortuitous.
amazing.
We were talking about bald eagles and eagles
You know, I'm
earlier,
just
weren't we,
teasing.
Shadowhawk?
Yeah. Yes, we were.
Because I
Oh,
have a hoot
and
owl outside my
Eagle
house.
Rider is the perfect person to ask. Eagle Rider, we were wondering in Rex's area of the country, what are the bigger uh,
I'm
hawks
pretty
and
sure
eagles
we have
that may be
bald eagle
around his area
in
of the country?
Arkansas.
Arkansas area does get some of the bald eagles. They get some of the gold. You would most likely, if you're looking at larger hawks, be seeing the rough-shinned,
Hawks.
which is the
They're
largest
big.
hawk.
Yeah.
It's rough-shinned is the largest hawk underneath the eagles, so it's in
Yeah.
between a red tail and an eagle in size.
It looks like
You
a
think
freaking
that
pterodactyl.
do they get goldens in Arkansas?
There
Eagle?
are golden eagles throughout the country. They're just actually
Hey,
not
Glenn.
rebounding as quickly as the bald eagles are, so you don't see them as often.
Oh wow!
And because of the
Because
kind of
yeah,
markings
I'm
they
in
Have a good one.
Indiana. We've got bald eagles here now in
the
Indiana
golden
again.
eagle markings are very similar to the juvie bald, so you have to look close to tell the difference sometimes when there's a bunch together.
Hmm.
I can actually show the difference if you give me a minute to find some pictures here real quick. I can actually show you.
Do you have something where you can show
Okay.
Rex the
In
scale
the
of like how big a bald eagle is, like a full grown, like like standing next to a man or something?
I don't,
Yeah.
but bald eagles, the standard full-grown males are about 3.5 feet tall. The females get just shy of 4 feet.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So when I
These
told you
are
that they're
some older.
big fucking birds, Rex is like, oh
These
yeah,
are
they
some
can't be
older
that big. I was
drawings.
like, dude, no, you don't understand.
These are some older
was-
drawings by Peter
Yeah.
Samedi.
That's a Semitic style, definitely. I would say I had a really intense eagle experience today. So,
Oh, cool.
it's kind of gotten me how sometimes something will happen
Glenn,
and you
hell.
don't know what to say or think at the time. That's where this was. So here's the situation that happened with this. I'm driving the back roads, spotting animals, checking on the eagles and stuff because I haven't been around much for a while and I'm trying to get back into it. I have my new camera. I have my good camera I was trying to get, so I was trying to get some shots, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can see very clearly on both sides and see through the ditches, everything except for this little bush that's right against the shoulder in the road that kind of dips into the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm getting close to that bush, all of a sudden an eagle's head pops out of it, right? So naturally I brake both to make sure the eagle's not going to go in front of me and to get pictures if I can. And as soon as the car stopped, he comes up off the bush, over, and lands on my windshield.
Oh, wow.
Bends down and staring straight into my eyes from right in front of me.
Were you taking pictures the whole time?
Wow.
I couldn't get my... I couldn't think. I couldn't focus. I did nothing. I'm just sitting there going... staring at it.
You had one job, Eagle.
There's this voice
one
in my head
fucking
going,
job.
dumb woman, camera. And as soon as I'm trying to reach for it, it's already nodding its head and flying off. And it's like,
yeah.
It was
one job,
like
girl.
6 inches from my face, just watching me from the other side of the windshield. It's like,
isn't that wild?
And it was
they're
wasn't
inquisitive, aren't they?
It wasn't aggressive at all. It landed so soft it didn't even scratch my windshield.
Yeah,
he was just staring at me, this friendly face, but it's like.
Did it tilt its head like it was? Yeah, kind of thinking.
You know what? He was impressed by the chats.
Wow. It said it is non-aggressive.
Yeah, he was very peaceful the whole time. I was like,
But yeah, Rex, did you hear what she just said about the size of those birds, dude? When me and Rex were talking about earlier, he's like, "Yeah, a bald eagle's probably about the size of my dog Abby." I was like, "Oh no, dude, you don't understand."
Well, I
Like,
mean, it's easy to, this. I saw this bird the other day.
uh, that's not a bird.
Bird riding a bicycle, huh? Check that out, huh? It's pretty
That's
neat,
a
huh?
very interesting kite. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Check that out, man.
Oh, good lord.
okay, so here I can kind of give you guys an example here. I actually have a photo here to show
Okay.
you. I have not edited this at all yet, so it's not going to be crystal clear because I haven't done the color fix and all
Okay.
that yet. But let's go to this. This picture I took a couple of years ago in fall is actually, that is a golden eagle there, which you can see the beak is a little bit sharper than the bald
Well, that's
eagles
a
usually
golden.
are.
That's a
Yes.
golden and a bald eagle together, right?
Yep.
I didn't
you
know
can
that.
see
I didn't
on-
think that would be. I didn't think that would be possible that they would
It's
want
not
to
that
hang
uncommon,
around.
actually. You'll see here also the feather
Oh,
tips
really?
tend to be either very bright or very dark, depending on which feathers on the
Yeah.
goldens. And the talons are a little smoother, sharper. But
Uh-huh.
then you compare that to this, and that's a juvie. And they are very
Wow.
similar, except for the feathers don't have as much highlight on the juvie. And the
Right.
talons are a little different shape, and the beak's a little smoother and longer than the golden.
Apparently, that crow or raven is not afraid of the eagle.
Okay, eagle is the reason why the goldens and the balds exist peacefully together because like
They're
goldens
they're about
golden,
the same size, so it would actually be kind
yeah,
of
but
advantageous for
also
them not to fight.
but are goldens fishermen like
Yes.
bald eagles are?
Eagles
I would
actually
have
are
thought
very
that they would have
communical.
been
They
more
will hang out
territorial.
together. They're not much except for with
I just didn't know if goldens fished as well as
the
bald
crow
eagles.
in that
Welcome
picture.
to Jeopardy. It looks like
The
Jeopardy up here.
The
or
crow in that picture got
Hollywood
smacked
Squares,
literally upside the
infinitum.
face by the bald eagle when it was eating because it didn't want it in its food. So that's more where they get territorial. And I actually have a picture of that somewhere in this mess.
Did he just give him a wing or was it a fucking claw?
He went whack and knocked him backwards.
Oh shit!
What did he do? What did he do?
He bitch slapped the crow back with his wings so he could
do that again.
Here in peace.
Yeah, whack. I like that.
Quit watching the boobs.
I can't. It's hypnotic. Now, why did you dress up today? You say you were on another show?
I was doing a
She
stream
came to
and I
see
felt
us,
like
right?
being a little nice, and then I realized, hey, I'm dressed up and Rex is on, and I bet you he'd think this is funny.
And not in bed, sleeping with a cat over your head or something. Yeah. Kind of unusual. For sure.
Hey, some days I can actually function.
Are you going to
Not
celebrate
completely
Halloween,
useless.
Eagle?
Oh, I love Halloween. Now, one thing I do, whichever stream I do closest to Halloween.
You said doo-doo.
Shut up a sec. I do blindfolded recitation where I actually recite the Raven in its entirety every year.
Oh, cool.
There you go, Shadow. There's you another shot of her.
I was trying to find the picture that I basically tried to injure my back for.
Very nice.
But I think it's
injure your back. What?
Okay, so a few years ago, I was in a hit and run with Chris Knight, Real Review, where this woman drove into the side of his car stoned.
Peter Brady?
Real Review. Not he goes into that because his name is Chris. That's why I said that.
I'm just kidding.
But the woman drove into the side of his car stoned.
Oh.
I was in the door behind where she hit, and I got jarred pretty hard. So the next day when I'm driving home, I was in the early stages of rising several spinal bruises along my spine from it, which did not stop me from going and taking eagle pictures on the way home.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me this story. You
Mhm.
freaking maniac.
I'm trying to find the picture of them in the ice. I know it should be here.
You're out of your tiny little mind. You like crawled out on some kind of like crazy little ice bridge and shit and fucking.
Julie
I do
Newmar,
mm,
Catwoman.
Excuse me, I was distracted.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I love what I do.
You brought it up and then you took it down.
No, I'm looking for a certain one. I'm testing pics.
Okay. That was it. That was
Because I remember the story now.
I'm
Eagles,
sure this is the right ear
I found out my back is all jacked up like 2 days later. But in the meantime, I went across this icy log, climbed up a fucking cliff, and went after just to get this picture.
Who else, Shadow? Who else do you know has been struck by lightning but Eagle? How are you healing up, Eagle, after that? Your leg?
Actually, the leg has been overall doing really well, except for we had a really massive storm last night, and I figured something out. My muscle, where the scar from the lightning is, ticked every time the lightning went off about a second before the thunder hit.
Really?
Oh, no shit.
I bet that was a mental thing.
Yeah.
I was probably thinking about the electricity because I was in bed. I had blackout curtains. I couldn't see it happening. So it's not like this was a psychological thing.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. You could hear it, though.
Yeah.
I was on headphones talking to my friends. I couldn't hear it until the thunder hit, and I was ticking before the thunder hit. That's why I was like, I could feel it, apparently. I could feel the electricity and the injury, so...
Well, being zapped, maybe it tuned your...
Maybe we have something similar. I tick when you come around. Every time.
It could have attuned your body, bioelectric chemicals, where you actually,
who screamed? My gosh, Shadowhawk.
That wasn't on my side, though. I don't know.
That's just a 13-year-old upstairs being a drama queen.
Yeah.
She plays these online games with her friends, and they scream and yell.
Hell did I put this damn picture? I might have a few too many eagle shots.
Sounds like there's a massacre going on up there half the time.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is when I look at people and very calmly say, control your crotch blossoms.
Your crotch blossoms? Okay.
It's a slur for unruly shithead kids.
Oh, okay.
It's a ghetto phrase. What do you want?
Oh, yeah. Okay, ghetto. I didn't
I never heard that one.
Native Americans spoke ghetto.
What do you think West reservations are a form of ghettos? Come on.
Hey, Apex.
Okay. Well, yeah. I have my reservations. Anyway, Shadowhawk, do you recognize these two people?
Let me see. There's something familiar about him, but I don't know why.
Aaron Lepresti and Shelley, their marriage picture.
Oh, fucking Aaron with hair. It threw me off.
With hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now you imagine that face bald. That's totally Aaron. It's okay.
He hasn't changed that much.
No, he totally looks the same. He's just bald now.
Yeah.
And Shelley's awesome. This
bald hatred needs to stop.
I mean,
on this channel,
as long as you got a good head, man, I don't see nothing wrong with being bald. But
oh wow,
like I got
that one was in the winter.
There it is.
That is the bald and the golden side by side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never guessed.
And Rex, you're not getting you're not
birds
getting
would hang out together.
you're not getting the
This looks
perspective
like
here,
me and
right?
you, Shadow.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
here's
this
the
looks like
thing,
me
right?
and you hanging out.
Right.
Hmm.
You were
Yeah,
talking
I
earlier,
hear
like,
you.
oh, they're about the size of my dog. No, that bald eagle and that golden eagle are about 36 inches high.
Actually, that is the matriarch. She is about 39 inches tall. She's the
See?
matriarch of that area.
And
That's bigger than a yardstick, isn't it?
what's the
Yep.
wingspan on something like that eagle? Like fucking
Most
7 feet?
standard bald eagles, the wingspan is between about 5.5 to 6.5 feet. The females can get up to about 7 feet wide.
Okay. It's a huge bird,
Interesting.
Rex. It's way bigger than your dog.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, if it's longer than a yardstick. Now I know they look massive once they put their wings out. You know, then they look a
Well,
lot
yeah, but I
bigger than
mean,
what they
if
really
you've
are.
ever even been up close to one when they're perched, dude, they're a
Uh-huh.
very, very impressive animal, man.
Yeah.
You can see that they could just take you out in a heartbeat, man. Like,
Here's an
if
impressive.
they
Here's an
decided
impressive
to just
animal.
jump on you, you'd be done.
There's a video I saw
Little Julie.
that cracked me up
Julie
so
Newmar.
much.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Where
awesome.
literally
What's that?
these guys were out fishing, and you know how they put all the fish in the bins on those fisher boats
Hmm.
to haul them into land. So they put the fish in the bin. They started to take off, and apparently either they didn't get it latched all the way, or the eagle was very good. They started hearing a noise from the front of the ship, so they went back, and it was completely opened, and in the bin full of fish was an eagle just scarfing them.
Oh no!
Wow.
That's
Now,
amazing.
where are you broadcasting from, Eagle? What room are you in today?
This is actually my art room. I need to finish fixing some stuff up, but this is my little studio in the house.
This is your art room? Okay. It looks different.
It's not exactly that neat right now. My husband kind of shoved things in here while I was gone for months anytime it was in his way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is in my way. It's part of her stuff. I'll just shove it in her room. It's like,
Well,
thank you so much.
You weren't using it, right?
Well, just don't leave your shit in the way, girl.
I told my husband, you should congratulate me. I fit all of my craft supplies and art supplies into one box. And he said, damn it, woman, don't call our house a box.
Yeah.
There's your a Frankenberry, another Frankenberry.
Oh, so
Shadow
cute.
Hawk. That cute.
So cute. It makes
Is that
me
the
want
guy
to hurl.
from Reanimator? Is that the guy from Reanimator? The other character? I have a
I
name
think
for
so.
that character.
I
have a name. Herbert.
Damn it! I was trying to think of his name. You were questioning
Herbert
me.
West.
But yeah, Herbert West. Yes.
Okay. I just figured it out because I didn't know who Herbert West was when I first saw it.
You
And I just
fucking
figured
had
it out.
Chad help you.
No, I did not.
Yes, you
Here,
Nice.
just for that, I'll give you another Julie Newmar.
Oh, well, I can never get
She
too
was
much
very
Judy
leg.
Newmar, so.
She was very
Go ahead,
leggy.
threaten me with a good time, mister.
Wide birthing hips on Julie Newmar. I wonder if she has any children.
If she doesn't, I can give her a couple. It's too late
Well,
now.
she's 70-something years
You
old.
don't-
I don't think
yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's too
Well,
late.
you know, if you believe the Bible, you could be 100 years old and have a child. In the patriarchal days, you know.
Well,
Nancy. Well,
all I know is
here you go. Here's your wonderful classic Halloween by Bernie Wrightson Halloween cover.
ooh, Marilyn Monroe. Ugh. This is Bernie Wrightson?
Was that your guess, Marilyn Monroe? That was not Marilyn Monroe. That
No,
was Julie Newmar.
No, I didn't guess. I was reading Apex in the chat. He said something about Marilyn Monroe, and I was like, "Eh."
Yeah, I know. I see that. I'm with you. 1976, because the DC Bullet's right in the middle of the cover.
Oh yeah,
Nice
yeah.
Bernie Wrightson.
Boston 10 issues.
I like a good. Are you going to carve pumpkins, Eagle Rider?
No. Then it'd have to
No?
smell pumpkin.
Do you like? Do you like pumpkin pie?
I hate pumpkin.
Oh,
I do too. I do too. Shadowhawk, do you know who this is? This is from 10 years ago.
hold on, let me blow it up before you.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's it's like Graham Nolan on the right.
Graham Nolan, yeah.
Mm,
With hair.
I'm not
Yep.
sure who. I'm not sure who's on the left there.
That's Kelly Jones from 10 years ago. Kelly Jones.
Dude, I've never seen Kelly Jones before. So
Well, now you have. And
the
he's got a
the
dope
Batman guy,
Frankenstein
right?
and
He
Wolfman
got
and, Universal shirt on there.
yeah. He did the all the crazy Batman stuff, right? That Kelly Jones.
Yeah, he did the long-eared Batman. Very
Yeah, dude.
long-eared.
Well, you remember I left comics like basically before anybody knew who he was, and then I came back in, and I haven't paid any attention to mainstream
How's the
stuff
weather been
whatsoever.
there, Eagle? I mean, is it
Horrible.
getting colder like it has been here? Yeah.
It's not the colder that bothered me. It's just that we've had really, really horrible drought most of the year here, and now we're getting hammered with
We have
storms like
too.
crazy right now.
Oh, really? Okay. And your leg is twitching.
Where you
I'd
at,
like to
Eagle? You're
know
what,
if
Colorado?
you have
No,
muscle contractions every time that
Oh,
happens.
I'm
That would
sorry.
be interesting.
All
my
right, well, I don't want
my
to
my
dox
house
you.
here is in East Iowa. That's known because they
Iowa.
have a private
Oh,
mailbox
okay.
even set up here. So
Well, whatever. Yeah, but you're all over the place when it comes to filming, right?
yeah, most of the time if I'm in the mountains, I'm over in the Black Hills.
Ah, okay. Look at that jacket, dude. What the
Yeah, I
fuck
know.
kind of cowboy had that jacket in 1874?
Yeah. Well, we didn't know.
They'd have been treating him
Probably
like a
have a gun,
dandy.
road travel.
I am trying to learn this
I'm
damn
not your
photo
Huckleberry.
editor, and
You ain't no daisies.
why is this
Did
so
you know
hard?
that you mentioned Keith and Amy earlier? Did you know that he does comedy? That here's a clip
Yeah.
of his stand-up comedian. I didn't know that he
Mhm.
did stand-up comedy. Here's a clip
Yeah,
of
I
Keith
didn't
Gleason,
associate
the
this dude, but
creator of.
I'd actually seen him do stand up, and I didn't know it was him. Doing the
Okay.
comedy.
Well, this is he's the creator of Mighty Mascots. Let me up the volume here, and we'll hear a little
Only on
bit of
chubby
his
ass vehicle.
comedy routine. I did not. Yeah, it'll be choppy, but maybe you'll be able to hear it.
Hopefully.
I like amusement parks, but I gotta give the big middle finger to Six Flags. Because if you're fat, it's like a hate crime park. They have signs all over the park that say if you have unique body proportions, you may be at risk when riding our rides. So I guess I'm a man with unique body proportions. So I started calling my girlfriend a proportion chaser. But the discrimination at Six Flags doesn't end there. Outside of every roller coaster, they have a stationary cart where fat people can test themselves to see if they fit on the ride. I like to call it free amusement. If you see it.
Free
That
amusement.
shit's funny, right? See a fat guy try to put on a seatbelt. Hell, I even chuckled a little through my tears.
Actually, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Non-fat shaming. We should do away with the fat shaming, should we?
Self-deprecating, you know. It's yeah. Keith is cool, man. He's good people. I like him.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna have to have him
Amy
on.
is a boss, dude, man. She's just some of my favorite sketch cards.
Oh, she's so talented. She is so talented.
Dude, she's the bomb, dude, man. Fucking Keith is he like landed one way above his level.
Now, Brian, I would like to know how much this costs. Probably dirt cheap, actually. But Brian on Twitter posted what he got from Alterna. Look at all this stuff, even T-shirts. There's a couple T-shirts there, a bag. Look at all those books.
Shit.
That's a lot of merch.
Well,
I bet he didn't pay a lot of money for it either.
Yeah, well, even if you buy everything, dude, that probably equals up to about the same as like a frog box or whatever, like
Probably
$200 or so.
About $200 or less, probably.
200,
Yeah.
maybe slightly more, maybe slightly
Well,
less.
with the T-shirts in there, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Pete's very value oriented, man, on his stuff, which I love about it. Pete Zelenetti, a good guy. If you guys aren't into Alterna, go check it out.
I mentioned Frederick March in
Wolf and Betsy, my favorite property.
Jekyll and Hyde movie. Here's a steel Shadowhawk from where he's kicking the orphan boy. He was a mean little bastard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. That little fucker's already. He's not kicking him down. He's already down.
I wonder if those scenes still exist. I know they were censored and cut from the time, and they were probably destroyed. You know, I don't know, but it'd be cool if.
Dude, they probably hit the cutting room floor and got stepped on and fucking.
Wow.
Probably stepped on like an orphan boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, dude, when they used to edit and shit, when shit was, there's a reason they called
a photo editor.
Well, there was a reason they called it the cutting room floor. They actually used to cut, actual film, and they just let it hit the floor.
Yeah, but now this was the censor. This was the
walk
censor.
on it, step on it, spit on it.
Yeah. Here's a lithograph, I guess, or a picture from Frankenstein, 1831. Frankenstein.
Wow.
You got something on Redheaded Stepchild, My Ginger? We had a ninja and then we had a ginger.
Wow.
I got my quarter already. Just saying.
Quarter?
Yeah.
You better have a fucking silver dollar, my friend.
I could come up with one.
You can throw a bunch of quarters in there. They're all just gonna disappear.
Right. I got one thing to
Sorry.
say.
You brought it up, mister.
Education is important, but comic books are importanter.
Yes. Much or more so.
Much or more?
Sound like that.
This is Eagle Rider Deep in Thought.
Oh. Just wasn't something seriously.
I'm trying to decide if I can learn this stupid thing or not, so.
No. All right. I'll be right back.
Now, a couple of days ago was Christopher Reeve's birthday. Well, no, that's when he died. Was on the October 10th, 2004. So, Christopher Lee, Christopher Reeve, aka Superman, passed away all the way back in 2004. It's almost been 20 years. Amazing.
I gotta go join a stream though.
You got to go join a stream?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for coming on, and you do look radiant, very beautiful.
Have a good night, guys, and I'll try to stop by and talk with you more over the next few.
Oh, please
Bye-bye,
do, and
troublemakers.
I hope to see you over on your channel and shill my book here pretty soon.
Definitely message me about it. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Don't go yet.
Where'd Shadowhawk go?
I'm
late.
here. I know. Well, nobody needs to hear me peeing. I was trying to get back.
Oh, well, I appreciate you saving us from that blight.
Well, trying to be a good co-host. And
I like Bouncing Boy. I'm just saying.
Bouncing Boy is the worst character
Bouncing Boy
ever.
is no different than
Worst
Plastic
character
Man.
ever.
No, he's not the worst character ever.
He's so fucking uncool.
No, he isn't uncool.
He
isn't uncool.
Oh, good Lord.
That's Gil Kane. And then we have 500, which was Keith Giffen, like I said. There's the newsstand version.
Hold on one second.
And this is what is this? So small. That's what that is. And very little light. I got a little magnifier that's not very. Ed Hannigan. Yeah, Ed Hannigan did, and Paris. I think Paris Adolf Hitler cover, just saying, and Nero and Scarface. That's kind of interesting one. Let's see. This is issue 501. 501. And
I got it.
We have 502, which is Ed Hannigan again, and Klaus Janson on the inks of that one. That's kind of neat. Klaus. Sig Howe.
Klaus Janson. He's dude was a good inker, man. You call him what you want.
Yeah, the final issue, 503.
Okay. No, you guys pick
which
what you
was
there's
Ross Andrew and who's JR?
So Jamie wants
JR did the inks. Who's JR?
And then pick what you want. I'll grab mine.
But you got Plastic Man, you got an Elongated Man, Aquaman. You even got I think that might be Animal Man. Kind of look like Booster Goat. You had Dilates for Hero. You had all the characters that used to be Vigilante that was in Adventure Comics. Why end it? You just celebrated over 500 issues, 503. I don't know.
I know, that's crazy. Maybe circulation was just so low, they were selling so few copies that it wasn't worth keeping up
something
anymore.
Popular. That's all I'm saying. It was an anthology. It could be anything. There for a while, the Legion had it, Aquaman had it, Vigilante had it, Black Orchid had it.
Dude, I got a bunch of the adventure comics with when it was Aquaman's title.
That's what I'm saying. It could have been anything. Why end it? It could have been anything. I never got that. It was an anthology. You don't end an anthology. Just put your most popular characters in it.
Well, again, Rex, at some point between when I quit comics in 2000 and now that I'm back into comics, I've heard it over and over again, this fucking thing about anthologies don't sell, and people don't like anthologies, and blah blah blah.
Right.
But consistently for the 40 plus years that I've been collecting comics, I mean 45 plus at this point probably,
Right.
I have
That's what
always
you
picked
like.
up I've always picked up anthologies.
Yeah.
Anthologies have always been popular. I mean, dude, Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine, right? That was an anthology book. Look at how that ran, what, fucking 250, 300 issues easy. It might still
What
fucking be
was it?
going. I don't
What was
even
the title? I missed what
Marvel
the title
Comics
was.
Present.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of lackluster, really. But yeah, it ran for a while. But that's Marvel.
Exactly, but I'm just saying, it fucking anthology books have always, even if it's just like a 50-50 book, like the adventure ones were, you know, it was basically
Yeah.
2 stories. You might have a little 4-page backup in the back or whatever, but those books
Well,
always sell well
I'm
to
hoping
consumers.
anthologies.
But is
Yeah.
it just
I'm hoping
a critic?
anthologies sell good.
Right, but that's what I'm
You know,
trying to
because
figure out.
Devil
Is
Fire
it just
prequel is kind of like an anthology.
yes? But here's my thing that I'm trying to figure out. Is it just a critic thing? You know, the people that want to criticize comic books that are always talking about, oh, anthologies are not that great, and blah, blah, blah. Because it seems like the people who buy comic books, like me and you and other collectors, all the people that I fucking know,
Right.
I haven't heard anybody ever be like, yeah, anthologies suck. You know, not once. I don't know. I don't understand
Well,
where this thing
I
came in where anthologies don't sell.
certainly hope you're. This is one of my favorite werewolf in my
Dude, look at the
collection
Diaz
werewolf
boys.
covers.
They're on the Lost Pages 3 now. They've made more
Oh,
money than they
exactly.
ever made. And that's a fucking anthology book. So tell me where you can go wrong with a good anthology. I don't think you can.
Atlas Comics Tales of Evil. I believe this is #1. There was probably,
Tales
I don't know if
of
it
Evil.
actually had more than one issue. Atlas Comics was not around about a year.
Hmm?
Great werewolf cover though. Tales of Evil.
Hold
Great
on. Let me
title.
blow it up before you take it away. Yeah, that's not
Okay.
bad.
Atlas Comics. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's kind of like the more man, werewolf.
He's a little blocky headed, but
Yeah, he
yeah, pretty
is.
cool.
But who knows what that hair is going to do on a windy day? All right, we're over 2 hours. What are you going to have for dinner, Sherlock? Do you even know?
Oh, we're just doing Popeyes and TV dinners tonight. So.
If you're doing Popeyes, get you an apple pie. They're
I
the
said
closest.
pot pies.
Oh, pot pies. Okay, there you go.
No,
You got your
Popeyes.
veggies.
Yeah, I
You
can
got your crust.
afford
You got
fucking
your meat.
Popeyes, man. That shit's, dude, to feed the family at Popeyes now, even without the extra apple pies, which are really good. So I gotta get
You
those.
pop popcorn
It's
for the kid, and you and your
it's like damn
wife
near
eat out.
$50, dude,
Heck,
for a meal.
I know.
For a
I
meal
get
for
it.
4 from Popeyes. It's
I get
$50.
it. Yeah. At
It's
some
nuts.
point, I'm going to have to do an annual because I want to do an annual. Nobody's
Well,
doing
you have
annuals.
to, Rex, see, here's the thing. You have to put out 12 issues, then you get to do an annual.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll try. How about 12 stories?
All right. Well,
That's a lot of
I guess we can massage the rules a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Why
Yeah,
not?
we can do what we want. This is independent.
It's a whole it's a whole new world, right? We're independent comics. We fuck the rules, man. We do what we want.
Well, you heard it here, folks. At least some of you did. Maybe 3 people. Anyway, thank you, Rising Eagle Rider, for coming on.
Love
You're
you,
both
guys.
beautiful people.
Eagle.
Absolutely. Now, remember, Saturday, of course, we've still got Friday to get through, but Saturday we're having skits on. So the skits team. So that'll be cool. I've been wanting to get them on for like a year now.
Karshina,
They're very busy
Karshina
people.
and Michael. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're about
dude.
10 hours away from me. I could drive and go see them, you know?
Yeah.
They're over there in
Yeah, they're
Chattanooga, Tennessee, the other side of Tennessee.
they're very cool, man. And
They're
Karshina
cool,
is
man. I can't wait to talk to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be cool. And then next week, hopefully, we'll get Mike Barron on again. And we'll talk shop.
Hell yeah.
And we'll line up a few other things now that I'm footloose and fancy free. And I'm in campaign mode. Building a campaign on my comic. If you haven't heard, Devil Fire prequel coming to your house soon. Well, you know, at least where you can back it, where it can come in the mail. I never did get to the campaign. There was one campaign that they're starting to fulfill, and I was like, "Oh, I backed that, so I'll be getting mine soon." But I can't remember what it was.
Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter, Part 2.
Nope. Any
No.
more guesses?
I'm trying to think who's fulfilling it right now. There's a couple people. Shantha and Jetty, I think, is getting ready to fulfill with Nosfero.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, there's
Who
a
else?
bunch getting ready to fulfill that have closed their
Yeah, there's a bunch of
campaigns
them.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I retweeted it, but it takes a while for that to come up. New stuff. I guess I'm not seeing it, but yeah, I was glad because I'm like, yes. And then Pariah Blood and Mud will be coming out pretty soon, and pretty soon a Damn Dirty Thing will be complete, finito, and going up. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad Eagle Rider came on because, you know, I've got to be thinking about what channels can I go on to kind of shield the book once I get the book out, you know, because I'm getting excited about the prequel. I mean, I want this thing to come out. I want to hold it in my grubby little hands more than any of you, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I
get you.
I think you'll like it. And people have been
I
yelling
think,
for more
for whatever
Bach.
reason,
Look, I've
we're
got more
starting to
Bach
pick up.
development than anything just now.
For whatever reason, my shit is starting to pick up echo from you again, so it probably sounds like shit for the people. All right,
just
well,
a little bit.
We've got 2 hours in, and I got things to do, and I love you, brother, but I'm gonna call it a night.
I love you too. Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody. We love you
my
all.
piece handy.
And send Doc his pig, Mister. Yeah, yeah, right. I see that look. That tells me.
He laughed himself. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.